What's going on, my RPG Maker people? Today we're going to be making a fast travel map connected with a world map. So I'm here in the world. If I press a button, it's asking me to open the world map. We hit yes. We're in the world map now. Can go anywhere we want to, or we can exit, hit yes, and be right back where we started. If we go to a different map, hit the button, right back where we started. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, to get your fast travel system up and running, there's just a few things that you have to do. The first thing you need is a world map. We need a map to transfer to when we press our world map button. And now, we'll go up here. The next thing we need is a few common events. We need two. World map and back to world map. The triggers are parallel, and the switch is an initialization switch. An initialization, and you just create that. You call it whatever you want, but I call it initialization. So world map, if the shift button is pressed down, that's going to be a conditional branch. Conditional branch, button, shift, press down, create else. If world map is off, and that's just a variable that we made, or a switch that we made, saying is it off or is it on. So we're setting it to off. Then we're going to show text, open world map, question mark. Show choices, yes or no, and when you press yes, control switches, it's going to turn our switch for world map on, and it is going to grab the variable player X and player Y, and it is going to grab the location of the player on the X and Y axis. So for player X and player Y right here, for player X, we set game data, map X of player, and that is character player map X. And then you do the same thing with player Y. We edit single player Y, set game data, map Y of player, character player map Y. Okay. And then we need to transfer to our world map, and that's just what we do here. Okay. And that's the first common event done. Back to world map. This is going to bring you from the world map back to your previous position in whatever map you were on. So it's parallel, and initialization is the same switch we're using. If the shift button is pressed down, if world map is now on, shift button pressed down, and world map is now on, we set it, we're seeing if it's on, then we're going to show text, exit, question mark. Show choices, yes or no. When yes, control switches, world map off. So we turn the world map off when we're leaving the world map. And now for the transfer player, to figure out where we were, we use designation with variables. And we use ID, map ID, and that's a variable that we created. And then we use the player X and the player Y variables that we stored in this. Okay, so we got to figure out what map we're on, and that's going to be the map ID. So I've created this over here. It's an event called map ID variable. And all this is doing, it's on auto run, so it's going to run immediately when you enter the map. And it's going to grab a control variable, and it's going to say map ID, our variable, set game data map ID, other map ID. And that's just going to store this map in this variable. Control self switch A on to where we can have this shut down after it grabs the data. Okay. The data. Okay. So now, with all that being said, if I hit play, now we're going to go in here and hit shift. Open world map, question mark. Yes. World map. Here we are. We're on our world map. Now, if I hit shift again and say exit, we're right back where we were. And just to show you, I'll go to a different area. Right back where we were. And we can also go to another map, like this. Hit shift. And now we're right back on the other map. Now note that you will need this event right here on any map that you want to have your fast travel system active from. So right here we have it again, because it's going to run when you enter the map and store the ID of this map into our map ID variable. And that's all you need to do. I hope you learned something, and if you did, leave a like so other people see this information and it helps them out too. Thank you so much for watching. Trick Ghoul out.